So Kevin Lawrence here. Today I want to talk about alignment. So if you don't have alignment with your executives, the rest of your company is really going to pay the price, and it's going to be very hard to get spectacular results in your company, and you're more likely to get mediocre or average results because that alignment sets the tone in the whole organization. In Patrick Lencioni's book, 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, one of my favorite books that helps executives and leaders to build strong, aligned, powerful teams that set the right tone for the rest of the company, he talks about in his pyramid the foundation of it all being trust. And if there's not trust amongst the executives, that they can't be open, honest, have vibrant debates, and not worry about backlash, that the whole thing is going to be extremely challenging. And you're not going to have trust in the rest of the organization. So if you haven't read the book, 5 Dysfunctions of a Team, I highly, highly recommend it. Another example is in Rockefeller Habits, the Rockefeller Habits book. You know, there's a Rockefeller Habits checklist, and Vern and I put a lot of energy recently into revising this checklist. And we put a lot of energy in number 1. The number 1 item on the Rockefeller Habits checklist is the health of the executive team. And the real thinking there is that if the executive team is healthy and vibrant and really understands each other, learns together, grows together, they're going to be able to have the tough debates and make good decisions together. If they don't, well, it's going to be quite challenging. So one of the tools that I use all the time, because interestingly enough, when I go and work with companies, usually the executive teams are smart people, but they're not working as well together as they could. One of the things I do is to get them to do some exercises to really understand each other better. And the concept is walk a mile in someone else's shoes. So on the screen here, you can see some different examples of things that we use in these companies that work. Simple things that create great results. And the truth is, usually people resist doing this stuff up front. People are a little uncomfortable initially, but once they do it, they feel great. So one of the things is an exercise called Lifeline, where people actually map out the highs and lows of their career and their life from whenever they were born until today, and they share the parts they want to share. But so you can really understand those events that help sculpt and build that person and build their character. Very powerful exercise. It's got to be done with a lot of confidentiality, though, otherwise it doesn't work. So great exercise. You can do research online on how to do those well. Another one is called Brown Bag. I got a picture of a Bloomingdale's brown bag if you want a brown bag with style. And the idea of the brown bag exercise is people bring 3 to 10 items in a brown bag, and it's kind of like adult show and tell, showing things that are important to them in their life, again, so you can understand about what really makes that person tick. You can work beside someone for 10 years and really not know half of what will come out of that bag. Very powerful exercise. In the bottom corner, there is a thing called DISC, or personality profiles. There's different assessments you can do to understand how people think and work and their work-oriented behaviors. Extremely powerful exercise to understand why people do the weird stuff they do. You can get assessments. You can get a trainer to come in and train you on the model. Great exercise. And then there's the good old team building, right? Lots of companies will help you host events where by doing certain activities, it brings the team together and there's lessons to be learned. Doesn't matter how you do it. The point is, in the companies I work with, every quarter we do something to help bring the team together, and it works real well. You know, in Jim Collins' book, How the Mighty Fall, he also has an assessment of how healthy a team is. And the behaviors he discovered in his research actually link that executive team health and behaviors can either help drive a company to greatness or drive it into the ground. And there's an assessment in the book you can use. I do it once a year on every executive team I work with to get a sense of the health. And it contrasts the behaviors of effective teams with those that are basically destroying the value of a company. Great example of another tool that you can use to improve the alignment of your team. So the question I'll leave you with is, what are you going to do to strengthen the executive team or the team of people that you run? You can do lots of research on it, you can think about it, but somehow you got to figure out 1 or 2 things you're going to do that'll actually improve the strength. Have a great day.